Hi everybody, welcome back. This is the last video on the translations and we're going to talk about reflections here. And notice that there are actually three types depending on whether you apply the negative after you apply the function, which is case 1. If you apply the negative before the function, before you evaluate with the function, which is case 2, or you apply the negative before and after you evaluate with the function, which is case 3. Now, if you can do case 1 and case 2, then those case 3 is just a composition of those two cases. So we really just need to do examples of case 1 and case 2. So our first example here, sorry about that. That was a previous attempt at this video. So f of x equals negative x, our absolute value of x. So the first thing we're going to graph is g of x equals the absolute value of x. And when we do that, we're going to have the origin 0, 0. We'll have the point 2, 2, and the point 4, 4. And then on the other side, we'll have negative 2, 2, and negative 4, 4 respectively. And then we'll just draw these 45-degree lines coming out of the origin. And that's our absolute value function. Very simple. So now we need to figure out what f of x looks like. So f of x is negative absolute value of x, which is negative g of x. So this is a reflection about the x-axis. What does that mean? Well, we just basically change all the signs of the y-coordinates. So when we do that, we're going to get something that's purely in quadrant 3 and quadrant 4, except for the origin. And so we'll have the point 0, 0, since the y-coordinate here does not have a sign. If we multiply this one by negative 1, we'll get to negative 2, so we'll be right here. We multiply the y-coordinate here by negative 1, we'll get a negative 4, so we'll get 4, negative 4. And then the same thing on the other side. If we multiply this coordinate by negative 1, we'll get negative 2, negative 2. Now if we multiply this coordinate by a negative, we'll have negative 4, negative 4. Oops, wrote it wrong, said it right. And then we just draw in our lines that come out at 45-degree angles, and we're done. So let's look at this example now. This is f of x equals the square root of x. So again, we're going to let g of x be just the square root of x. And when we draw the square root of x, so I'm going to let this be 1 and this be 1. So we'll have 0, 0. We'll have 1, 1. We will have 4, 2. And that's going to be good enough for this example. And so now if we apply the negative, this is going to change the sign of all the x coordinates. So now we're going to be purely in quadrant 2. And just having a little trouble with the eraser, so give me just a second. Oh, it went away. So let's go back to pen. And so again, since the 0 has no sign, we just stay at 0. If we multiply the x coordinate here by negative, we'll be at negative 1, positive 1. Now if we multiply the 4 by negative 1, we'll get negative 4, comma 2. So here's 2, 3, 4. And so we're at negative 4, 2. And notice that our parabola now just points, or not our parabola, our square root function just points in the opposite direction. Alright, that's reflections. We'll do more complicated examples in class.